God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. It is the 7th day of January 2022. We have completed our first week of the new year. 51 more weeks to go, and we will be approaching another new year. And those 51 weeks will fly by. It just seems like it always does. Have you ever heard the saying, give it to God? I haven't heard that. Pardon the fire engines. I've been sitting there and there's one after another. I've waited to start the video, but I thought they were all gone, but there's some more. So somebody is having a very bad morning. I have to say a prayer that they're safe. Give it to God. Used to hear that all the time when somebody would have a problem in their life, or they would be struggling, or they would be facing adversity. Lo and behold, you would always hear, give it to God. You don't hear that anymore. People don't use that, and it's a shame, because that is exactly what you need to do. Give it to God. Listen, folks, we all have problems. Every single one of us every day faces some type of adversity every day, especially if you're a believer and a follower of Jesus Christ. The devil throws roadblocks at you all the time. We have spoke so much about that on this channel, but every day we face something. You know, we get aggravated, we get upset. Somebody says something nasty to us, or something don't go the way we had wanted it to go, and we get angry or we get upset. Give it to God. That's what you used to hear all the time. Give it to God. You don't hear it no more. And that's what we need to do. You know, it's easy to sit here and say, don't get angry. It's easy for me to say, don't get mad at that person, or don't get mad at that situation. It's easy to say that because, you know, I, on occasion, have gotten mad at different things in my life. Of course I have. And those are the times myself speaking needed to give it to God. But I will say this right now. When I have given it to God, God has taken that from me, and it's turned out much better than if I tried to do it on my own, because it would have turned out to be a mess. When you give it to God, you say to God, Lord, I can't handle this. I ask that you take this from me right now. Carry this for me, Lord. I can't carry this burden, this load anymore. And God will take that from you. People just don't do that anymore. People always today are trying to do everything by themselves on their own. There's nothing wrong with trying to accomplish something by yourself. That's one thing. But when you reach an impasse, when you reach that part of the road where you have hit a roadblock and you can't go around it, you can't go over it, you can't go under it, frustration starts to set in. Frustration turns to aggravation, and then aggravation turns to outright anger. That, my friends, is when you need to give it to God. If you're facing an illness, perfect example right here. July, August, I was in the hospital, intensive care. You all know about it. COVID pneumonia. First part of intensive care, I thought I was going to die. So I gave it to God. I asked God what I wanted, that I wanted to recover, that I wanted to get out and see my family again. And I gave it to God. I gave the sickness, I gave the pain, I gave the suffering, I gave all of that, the aching, everything. I gave it to God. I said, Lord, I can't handle this. I've reached about as far physically as I can go with this virus. I have gone as far as I can go, and I gave it to the Lord, and He took it from me. I don't mean He took the disease out of my body instantaneously. That would have been nice. Could He have done that? Absolutely. Of course He could have done that. But the bottom line is, I gave it to God, and He delivered. He absolutely delivered. He delivered me out of that intensive care unit and back to my home. And even though I still had, almost 2 months of hard recovering to do, I knew I was going to be okay. I knew God had my back. I knew the Lord was there with me through it all. I gave it to God. I just don't know why. And in all honesty, I don't know why we don't hear that being said anymore, because it is such a wonderful, wonderful thing to tell somebody, when they're at a low point in their life, just give it to God. Just go, pray, and give it to the Lord, and He'll take it. Remember, the Bible says, God tells us that He won't lay on us any more than we can handle. Okay? So it's perfectly fine to reach a point. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a physical ailment that you're going through. Like I said at the beginning, it could be a myriad of things. You could be angry at somebody. You've reached that limit. Everybody's got that limit, that boiling point where they reach that and then they just bubble over. Okay, but before you get to that point, you give it to God and He'll take it from you. And I'm telling you, folks, if you do that, I'm telling you, you will find out very quickly that the situation will change, and it will change for the better. God will take that anger out of your life every day. Every single one of us battles something in our lives. I mean, some people battle, addiction to cigarettes. Some people battle addiction to alcohol. Some people battle addiction to drugs and gambling and just a myriad of other things. They battle that every day. Give that to God. Give it to the Lord. Tell Him to take it from you. And if you're sincere and you're wanting that to be gone out of your life, God will remove that from you. I mean, I have no doubt, none, that God will take that, whatever that problem is, whatever situation you're in, that's you've reached that point, God will take that from you. And as I said at the very beginning, I don't know why people don't do that anymore. I don't know why. Now, I used to hear that as a kid. I used to hear it all the time when somebody would be talking to my mother, and they would say, I can't do this or I can't do that. I've reached, my limit. I'm this, I'm that. Mom would inevitably say, give it to God. Give it to the Lord. Go pray and give it to God. He'll take that from you. And it's just, there's so much that we've lost as believers and followers of Jesus Christ. There's so much that we've lost through time. And, God's not changed. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're the ones that's changed, meaning society. People, we've changed. God's not. He's been there for us from day one. We're the ones that's changed, and we need to get back to the way it used to be, because I'm telling you, I did a video the other day about this country and the way it is. I'm not going to rehash all of that, but if this country, if more people would turn back to God and they would give this hatred and all of this to God, God would take it. This country would be so much different in a better way than it is now. And we'll never be perfect. We know that, but it would surely be much better. So, as I said the other day, it starts with us. We are the ones that have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to magically happen for us. It's not going to magically appear. Our problems or whatever it is not going to magically disappear. We have to give it to God. We have to pray. We have to ask the Lord to help, to take these problems from us. And I'm telling you, he will. That's all I got for you today. If you're going through any problems, if you're battling any illness, any flus, any sicknesses, albeit a stomach sickness or even body aches and pains, give it to God. You know, just say it. Give it to God. Go somewhere quiet, pray, and just give the problem, the pain, the illness, the sickness, give it to God, ladies and gentlemen, and you will find out He will gladly take it from you, and you will be better for it. I promise you that. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Be safe today. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. And again, be safe. Hit the subscribe and the like button if you like my videos. If you don't, well, you know what? That's okay. Come back, later. You might find one that you do like. Take care. Bye-bye, y'all.